of their own. They've won 5 of their last 6 series, and they too have a chance to win this series on the road before they head home for a while. Bourne takes one up and in, ball 1. Bourne hitting his first home run last night in nearly 200 at bats, and it turned the game around. Perkins delivers up high. It's 2-0.
Well, I mentioned when Bourne leads off a ball game, a guy you do not want to walk. A couple nights ago, Slowey walked him, and then he tried to steal second. There's a strike right there, and Joe Mauer threw him out. Bourne in his second season with the Astros came up with the Phillies back in 2006.
And Kadire with Tolbert barehanding the throw. And right away, Kadire is challenged with a good bunt by Bourne.
There's really nothing the defense could do about that bunt right there. The only one that really had a play was Tolbert at second. Once Kadire went for this ball, great bunt right here. You see first base, nobody there covering the bag. And Kadire almost on this bunt, you have to stay at first and let Tolbert try to field it to maybe get him out. Great bunt by Michael Bourne.
Kids, don't try that at home. If Tolbert doesn't barehand that ball and it rolls slowly towards the Astros bullpen, Bourne might end up at third base. And he goes on the first pitch, and Redmond's thrown out in time. So Bourne right away bunts for a hit and steals on the first pitch.
I think Bourne got into the coffee a little bit early right here. My goodness, look at him, not even wasting any time. Steals his 24th base of the year. So he gets in the scoring position here in 5 pitches that Perkins has thrown.
And the Astros stymied by Joe Mauer behind the plate. Now a base hit up the middle. Bourne will fly around third. He'll come home. Gomez's throw cut off by Kadire, and 6 pitches into the first inning. The Astros have the first lead.
Keppinger hit a home run here a couple nights ago. And right here picking up an RBI, taking that ball right back up the middle. The pitch by Perkins pretty much right down the heart of the plate. And Keppinger right back up the middle. Gomez hitting the cutoff man. And Keppinger staying at first.
And that's an important distinction from the throw we saw Gomez make in last night's game toward third base. Gomez likes to throw the baseball, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you do, as you said, hit the cutoff man. Yesterday in last night's game, he overshot the cutoff man and nearly gave the Astros a run.
Well, the Astros coming out swinging a bat. Not taking a lot of pitches against Glenn Perkins. Slowey here the other night. Baker last night, and Perkins all have very good control. They try to get ahead in the count.
Deep to the right field corner, chased by Kubel. And that ball's over his head in fair territory and then goes out of play for a ground rule double. Kubel went laterally and then tried to retreat, and it landed behind him. And the Astros have runners at second and third still. Nobody out.
Well, we've seen it in day games. You know, we saw last couple so far this series against the Pirates and also Houston here, how this baggy roof and the lights can play a factor. And right there, especially during day games, Dick, this roof sometimes is hard to follow the ball. Kubel kind of went toward the line, and then he noticed that that ball was going to be hit over him. Ends up bouncing out for a ground rule double for Tejada, his 24th double of the year.
And that'll bring up the dangerous Carlos Lee, who's been the designated hitter this last 2 series for the Astros. First in Arlington, Texas, now here. Bouncer right side. Tolbert looks at another run crossing the plate, throws to Kadire, and finally there's an out.
Carlos Lee picking up the RBI with the middle of the infield playing back. Lee, all he has to do is just get it by the pitcher, which he does, and he picks up his 43rd RBI. So Keppinger scores the 2nd run of the inning.
Now the Twins bring the infield in for Lance Berkman.
Yeah, that's a good out right there by Carlos Lee, only because it not only scores the 2nd run, it also moves Tejada from 2nd to 3rd with 1 out.
Berkman at the plate with the infield in. And Berkman takes strike 1. Berkman, of course, a switch hitter, and he's struggled from both sides of the plate as a right-handed batter, hitting just .219. He had a miserable April and is trying to recover from that. Fouled back, 2 strikes. 999 career runs batted in for Lance Berkman.
Yeah, 5-time All-Star for the Astros in his 10th season. And there's the all-time RBI leaders in Astro history.
Bounce to the right side. Tolbert freezes the runner, gets the out. Tejada stuck at third. Good play by Tolbert for the second out.
Here on that turf, you always expect that good hop, and that ball came up on Tolbert. He kind of had to smother that ball and made the nice play. Inside out swing right there by Berkman. But the second out is recorded, and Tejada still at third.
It'll be something that'll be interesting to chart in the coming years with Pence at the plate. Infield back at normal depth, and he takes inside. The Twins traditionally have been a very good defensive ball club, and we'll find out in the coming years how much of that is due to the artificial turf and the truer hops. And of course, starting next year, we'll be playing on a natural surface at Target Field. The fundamentals will be the same, but you know, that ball right there on a maybe somewhat chewed up infield dirt maybe gives a different hop.
Yeah,
Tolbert.
the Twins also play 81 ball games on the road, and they still have only committed 24 errors, the fewest in baseball. So, you know, you get used to your home field advantage by utilizing the turf.
1-1 to Pence. 2-1.
I thought going into this ballgame, this will be a good matchup right here, because Pence looks like he wants to extend those arms, and Perkins likes to pitch inside.
And there's the inside corner for a strike.
Hunter Pence having a very solid year, hitting .324, 10 home runs, 28 RBIs, got 12 doubles, 4 triples, 8 stolen bases. Young man, 26 years old, in his 3rd season with the Astros.
And that's a fair ball down the line, and Pence will have an extra base hit, and the Astros will have at least 3 here in the 1st inning.
Right, threw a changeup right there, and Pence opens up and just hits this ball sharply past Joe Creedy down that 3rd base line. So Pence picks up his 29th RBI. Just dropping the barrel of the bat. You see the changeup allows the barrel of the bat to get out front, and he lines it into the corner.
Well, the Astros swinging the bats pretty aggressively here in this 1st inning. 4 hits, 3 runs. And now here's Ivan Rodriguez catching the proverbial day game after a night game. And strike 1. The other catcher, Humberto Quintero, got a bit of a back problem, and so that's why Rodriguez is asked to catch all 3 games here in this series. 1 strike to Rodriguez. Fly ball right field. Kubel puts an end to a good 1st inning for the Houston Astros, and they jump out in front 3-0.
Bourne really got him going.
The Menards batting order for the Twins in the series finale. Carlos Gomez takes over in the leadoff spot. Brendan Harris hitting second. Joe Mauer back to third. Justin Morneau out of the lineup. Michael Cuddyer at first. Jason Kubel, Joe Creedy, Delman Young, Mike Redmond, and Matt Tolbert.
And the Smelts Countryside scouting report on Wandy Rodriguez making his 15th start of the year. He's looking to snap a 4-game losing streak where he's 0-4 over his last 5 starts with an ERA of about 6.5. This is his second career start against the Twins. He faced the Twins back in 2006 in Houston. Got a no decision in a game that he matched up against Carlos Silva. And the Astros won that ball game 5-3. Rodriguez ended up getting that no decision.
1-2 now to Carlos Gomez. Gomez, Harris, and Mauer trying to answer for the Twins in their half of the first. Foul tip. Rodriguez hangs on, and it's a strikeout of Carlos Gomez. DQ defense for the Astros. Jason Michaels, Michael Bourne, and Hunter Pence in the outfield. Keppinger and Tejada in the left side of the infield. Matsui back in at second base. Berkman at first, and Rodriguez catching Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez is a strikeout pitcher. That's his 80th strikeout in 84 innings pitched so far this year.
There's Brendan Harris, who is one good day away from having a 300 batting average, and he swings and misses.
Well, that 3-0 lead, it really changes your game plan right from the get-go as a starter. You're going to be aggressive. You're going to establish that fastball early. Rodriguez with a pretty good curveball, more of a 3/4 type curveball. Throws a little cutter in on right-handers and a very good changeup.
And Harris takes strike 2. 6 pitches, 5 strikes for Wandy Rodriguez. Rodriguez got off to a very good start this year. Now 3 of his last 4 starts haven't gone so good, or actually 4 of his last 5.
You see him making his 15th start. Again, the strikeouts, walks not bad in 83 2/3 coming into this ball game. Saw the 9 strikeouts. Now 8 of those 9 strikeouts have come over the last 3 starts. So his first 11 starts, he allowed only 1 home run.
Yeah, 8 of the 9 home runs.
Home runs, right. Isn't that what I said?
You said strikeouts.
Strikeouts, okay.
Tapper
home
foul.
runs.
Yeah, he had a long streak, 88 in the 3rd innings without allowing a home run. And Mike Cameron finally took him deep to end that streak. One and 2 to Harris. Fouled straight back. Harris had been a leadoff hitter, and with the juggled lineup, Justin Morneau not in the lineup, general aches and pains, and with an off day tomorrow, the Twins are confident that Justin will be ready to go on Tuesday. Doesn't mean that Morneau can't pinch hit, but with the cleanup hitter or 3rd place hitter Morneau out of the lineup, everybody moves back 1, and Gomez takes over the leadoff spot. 2-2 to Harris, trying to get a board here in the Twins' first. Another Tapper foul. Harris started the game last night with a home run, ended up with 3 hits.
Having a very good homestand so far. 8 hits in 20 at-bats with a home run and hitting .400.
Up and away. Bauer on deck. Houston outfield playing Harris to hit the ball the other way. And he walked. Good walk by Harris, who fell behind 0-2 and ends up walking to first. In today's game, we're participating in the home run challenge, and today every home run in this game raises $18,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE. And so far, there have been 99 home runs hit in the challenge. raising nearly $1.8 million for prostate cancer research. So nobody's put the ball in play yet. A strikeout, a walk, and now here's the designated hitter today, Mauer. Up and away, ball one.
Yeah, Mauer faced Rodriguez back in 2006 in Houston. Was able to get one hit off of him. 1 for 3 for Mauer.
Mauer and Kubel, the only left-handed batters in the lineup. Rodriguez pretty tough against lefties. And there's a strike, 1-1. Lefties hitting just .212 against the Houston left-hander. And Mauer still well over 400 in his season batting average. As we begin play today, Morneau, who's not in the lineup, hitting .369 against lefties. Mauer's average against lefties has improved to .358. So here's the nucleus of this Twins lineup, whether they hit second or third or fourth. Strike 1 and 2. And Ron Gardenhire has pretty good defense for hitting them in succession, because what difference does it make? They're each hitting left-handers so well. Go ahead and let one hit after the other. 1 and 2. Sharply hit, but right at Tejada, and it'll be a double play. Mauer hitting a one-hop liner to the glove of the shortstop, and Rodriguez faces just 3 men in the inning.
Morales back with the big club, and he says he'll try to do anything to stick with the team, including playing in the infield. Now, Morales was an infielder earlier in his career in the minors, and he still takes grounders every day in batting practice and plays in the infield in winter ball. He'd love to give it a shot, but when I brought it up to manager Ron Gardenhire, he isn't in too big of a hurry to try it. He says it would have to be almost a perfect situation before he would try it. Bert, how tough would it be to put Morales in the field when he's never done it at the major league level?
Well, there's a line drive right there. Nice grab by Harris for the first out off the bat of Matsui. And Jim, you know what? I mean, Morales signed as an infielder. He could be used, I'm sure, as an emergency type situation. But to start him at a position other than catching, I wouldn't think that Ron Gardenhire would do that. They would use him in an emergency situation, maybe late in the ball game, extra innings, things like that.
His presence on the roster gives Ron Gardenhire a little more freedom to do what he's done here today. That has put Mauer as the designated hitter. Let Redmond catch. This one popped up wide of first and back into the seats. But the one thing, Bert, that seems to be becoming more and more apparent, Twins need to find a spot for this guy on the roster. I mean, he can hit. It's not just the double that he got last night against, Valverde, who's maybe the best closer in the National League last couple of years. But he battled through the whole at bat. He's just a rookie, but he really battled Valverde last night and worked for that double.
Well, what he's been able to do is give Twins quality at bats, and that's what they're looking for. He goes down to AAA, tears up AAA, comes up here. He's had success.
Hopper for Creedy.
Sometimes you just have to wait your turn.
Kadire has to come off the bag and make the tag on a rare errant throw by Creedy. 2 down. And that'll bring up Bourne.
How would you have liked to have been somebody in a Baltimore Oriole organization? See this throw up the line, Kadire just tagging out the runner right there, that being Michaels. But how'd you like to be a shortstop coming up in Baltimore when Cal Ripken was the everyday shortstop? Well, Twins have Joe Mauer here. Mike Redmond, an established backup catcher that does a great job of handling the staff. So not much room right now here behind the plate for Morales, but like you mentioned, Dick, he can allow Mauer to be the DH. Redmond catch when you have that third catcher on the bench.
I'm trying to think of the name. Wasn't it Manny Alexander, who was always considered to be the next shortstop for the Orioles, or a shortstop who could play for any other team at short except the Baltimore Orioles, and ended up being kind of a journeyman infielder. 1-2 to Bourne. Well, it was another example, wasn't it, in the first inning, where obviously a 3-run home run can be destructive, but a bunt can be a very important weapon in a lineup. Bourne's bunt single opened the door for 3 runs to score. Foul tip. Redmond hangs on, and Perkins responds with a 1-2-3 second inning.
There you go, young man. You are hereby circled. Very nice sign. Happy Father's Day to you, Dad.
Easton and was it Erica, the other one? Michael Kadire leads off the second for the Twins against Wandy Rodriguez. First pitch hammered to left.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it?
On his first Father's Day, on the first pitch, he hammers one out.
Wouldn't you know it? 0 for 4 last night when he was my pick to step. And here, he hits a home run. For Michael Kadire, on Father's Day, we showed you Casey, his son. Maybe he hit it for Casey. His 11th home run of the year. A fastball that stayed right about belt high, and Kadire, good extension. It's a 3-1 Astros lead.
Now a fastball down and away at the knees to Jason Kubel. So again, Rodriguez had not been allowing many home runs until recently, and he gives up a long one to Kadire. And with that Michael Kadire home run, another $18,000 has been raised to support prostate cancer research. You can still make a donation. Call 800-798-CURE or go online to www.prostatecancerfoundation.org.
Yeah, thank you everybody out there that's donating toward this worthy cause, and Major League Baseball for doing this.
2-2 now to Kubel. This is about what, the 7th or 8th year that I think that Major League Baseball has done this on Father's Day and the games leading up to Father's Day. Kubel cranked a long home run last night in the 8th inning against LaTroy Hawkins to get the Twins to within 1, but that's as close as they could get. Off-speed pitch. Kubel waves through it, 1 away.
Well, good breaking ball right there by Rodriguez. He picks up his second strikeout. Good location of that curveball. Kubel had his fastball to hit, so Rodriguez, you see the tightness of that curveball, down and away.
Here's Creedy. And Creedy uncoils and misses, 1 strike. Twins have a nice cluster of power hitters in the middle of their lineup. Morneau out of the lineup, leading the team in home runs with 16. Then Mauer has 14. Kubel with 12. Kadire now with 11. Creedy with 10.
Yeah, Creedy's still looking for his first home run against a left-handed pitcher. All 10 home runs have come off right-handers. Kadire hitting his 11th.
Creedy fouls it back. Probably be a while before the Twins get another hitter in double figures in home runs. Harris has 4. Span has 4. Two and 2 to Joe Creedy. Lifted foul down by the Houston bullpen.
Rodriguez, 30 years old, from the Dominican Republic, signed as a free agent by the Astros back in 1999. This is his 5th season at the major league level with the Astros. First came up in 2005. He's really never panned out the way that the Astros hoped that he would have.
ERA coming into the year of just under 5. It's been good this year, but it's heading in the wrong direction over his last 4 or 5 starts. Full count to Creedy, and he takes ball 4. Second walk issued. So Wandy Rodriguez has faced 6 batters and retired just 3 of them.
Well, he's coming off an interleague start against the Rangers, where he worked against the Rangers in Arlington. He worked only 4 innings in that start, and he walked 5, and he allowed 3 home runs to the Rangers. The Rangers ended up beating the Astros behind Kevin Millwood 6-1.
Swinging a foul, 1 strike off the bat of Delman Young. Young hit a home run last night on a breaking ball, clubbed it pretty far up into the seats and left. Nearly hit him. A couple of doubles the night before that. One was a little pop fly down the right field line. The other one a well hit ball, but one that Michaels would have caught had he not lost it in the lights.
Yeah, 2 left-handers pitching here today, and one working off the first base side of the rubber and the other from the third base side.
Short center, Bourne flies in to make the catch, and Creedy gets back to the bag. 2 down. That'll bring up Mike Redmond.
And Rodriguez likes to work off that first base side, mainly I think because of the curveball and also hitting the outer half of the plate, where Glenn Perkins works off the third base side of the pitching rubber because he really likes to do a good job of pitching in on right-handers. You see where that pitching rubber is and where he has that left foot against that pitching rubber.
Redmond flips it foul over the net. A lot of dads seem to be getting these foul balls.
Good.
2 strikes to Redmond. Of course, Redmond represents the tying run just as much as Delman Young did, but Redmond last hit a home run more than 2 years ago. Liner, nice catch by Keppinger. Redmond pulling it hard down the line, but the third baseman intercepted it. The inning started on the first pitch of the inning. Michael Kadire hit number 11, and we can only hope son Casey was watching. Wondering what our favorite baseball memories with our fathers were or are.
Go ahead, I'll let you go first.
Well, I've told this story before. First time I ever played catch with my dad with a real baseball. He told me to keep my eye on the ball, and 45 seconds later he was holding an ice pack against my left eye because I literally took one in the eye. But I remember we used to go to one game at Met Stadium a year, and this would have been in the late 60s. A liner to Creedy for the first out. And it was a Friday night game, and the game had just started against the Washington Senators. And all of a sudden the players scattered off the field. And here a big thundercloud had come up, and a storm had come up over the shell of the stadium behind home plate, and the players knew what was coming, so they literally ran off the field. And the storm hit, the game was suspended, but there was a little bit of panic in the crowd. My dad was not one to panic. He was the most level-headed guy in the ballpark, and we just kind of calmly walked up the aisle, and other people were scurrying, and he just held my hand and led me up to safety.
I think that's the biggest thing. What dads do is they protect their children. And my dad, I guess my most fondest memory of my pops was at my high school games. If we lost, of course, it was the umpire's fault. And he would chase the umpire to the car.
Really?
And his Dutch accent would give him heck. Many times the games were suspended because until my dad had to leave the school grounds, we could not continue play. So then what he would do is he would go into the backyard of the house near our field, which was off school grounds, and then he'd yell from there. I love that man.
That didn't extend to your major league career, did it? Or did he just still yell, but the crowds were so big that umpires couldn't hear him anymore?
Oh, yeah. He loved the game of baseball. Fell in love when we came over from Holland and became a big Dodger fan.
Well, that's interesting because he wasn't exposed to it until he came to Southern California, right?
Soccer. And, you know, he loved listening to Vince Scully and Jerry Doggett on the radio. I remember we went to one Dodger game. We sat up in the nosebleed section, and I got to watch Sandy Koufax pitch against Juan Marichal. I remember that. And
not one game a year, one game.
That one game, yes, one game. And Koufax and Marichal, they were pitching off that 15-inch pitching rubber that looked like a pyramid. And Koufax beat Juan Marichal that day 1-0. And I thought, you know what, that would be fun to be on a pitching mound like that and hopefully one day pitch.
Creedy gets the second hop. Better throw over to Kadire. 2 down. And that'll bring up Carlos Lee.
And he's the one that built the mound in the backyard when he couldn't catch me anymore as I started to develop and throw a little bit harder. You know, he's the one that worked a little extra hard to get me some glove and a shoe for Little League when I first started.
Ball 1 to Lee.
So a lot of fond memories of my pops.
Bouncer to the right side. Perkins has recovered from a rough first inning to retire 7 men in a row. It's a 2-run Astro lead. Especially when the son has to go number 1.
Yeah.
Matt Tolbert leading off the 3rd inning for the Twins.
Well, maybe he's talked his dad into that foot-long hot dog.
The one we showed last night?
I was walking outside earlier and I saw a father with a couple of those foot-long hot dogs. And I said, "Are you eating those?" He goes, "No, my boys want them."
Wow.
I said, "Wow. Good luck."
Tolbert in at second base. Nick Punto in the ballgame last night dove in for first base. That's not newsworthy, but in doing so he bruised his left ribs, and so he had to come out of the ballgame last night, unavailable today, and the Twins hope that by Tuesday he'll be ready to go. Tolbert swings over a breaking ball, 1 away.
And Rodriguez picks up strikeout number 3. Another good breaking ball right there underneath the swing of Tolbert.
And so today, Father's Day, and the Twins had their annual family day, and Nick Punto brought his daughter Nicole, just over 1 year old, and a lot of kids here. And the Twins, of course, have a young ball club, so the kids are on the young side. Gomez snaps his bat, and Berkman makes the catch. So Nick Punto injuring himself on the left side of your screen and his daughter Nicole this morning.
Boom.
Like father, like daughter. 2 down, and here's Brendan Harris. Hey, we want to pass along a happy 80th birthday and happy Father's Day as well to a longtime Twins fan, Elton Cooterer, celebrating his 80th today. Harris walked his first time up. Down and in a ball.
And I got a message from here from Richard Martin, a Twin security guard, wishing Donna Martin, his mother, a happy birthday today. So Donna, happy birthday to you.
Oh wow,
no age. No age. He gave me no age of Donna.
That's a big day when your mother has a birthday on Father's Day. That could be an expensive weekend. 1-1. Rodriguez has given up just the one hit, the Cuddyer home run to left, and got the Twins on the board. And now 2-1. And Harris hitting well, but giving the Twins tough at bats and tough plate appearances. In the case of the first inning, he fell behind 0-2, fouled off some pitches, and ended up going to first on a walk. 3-1. And I suppose it all follows as a hitter. If you're more confident up there, you're willing to be a little more patient.
Well, the more at bats you get, the better eye you have.
Chopper left side. Keppinger fires across. Harris is retired, and Wandy Rodriguez is retired 5 in a row. Fourth inning, there's the game reset, a 3-run Houston first, setting an early tone.
Yeah, what Perkins needs to do right here is do what he did the last couple innings. Put a couple zeros on the board. You give up runs in the first. Hopefully you don't let the opponent add on to that 3-1 lead.
Brian Busher's in at first base. Michael Cuddier's moved out to right field, and so we'll try to get word as to why Jason Kubel left the ball game, but apparently because of illness or injury for the second game in a row, the Twins have lost a starter from the starting lineup. Chopper to short. Easy play for Harris. One away. For more on group tickets, here's right fielder Michael Cuddyer.
One of the best things about Twins baseball is sharing it with others, like with your customers, employees, or colleagues at work. Call us today to book your group at the Dome. Thanks for your support.
Nicely done, guys.
So Kadire moving back out to right field. The Twins enduring the last week plus without their very good leadoff hitter Denard Span. And now Punto, the starting second baseman, is going to miss today's game. Missed the end of last night's game. Now Kubel out of the lineup. So it's been kind of a tough week and a half regarding injuries or illnesses. Here's Hunter Pence, who's had a great series here in Minnesota. And Perkins just missed the inside corner.
That's why I see it throughout the year. Yes, you'd like to have your 9 guys you come out of spring training with to be, everyday players and play every game, but it's the guys on the bench that end up winning a division for you.
Boy, Pence has had a great series. He keeps piling up hits. Second hit today and a 1-out single here in the 4th. Arby's trivia. The last interleague game played at the Metrodome, barring postseason play, a World Series game. Who are the 6 managers to win 2 division titles or league pennants in their first 2 seasons? First 2 seasons with their teams, I presume. Or first 2 seasons as managers. I'd like a little clear. As managers, periods. Okay. We're told now Jason Kubel left the game because of an illness. So it's not an injury. It's a virus of some sort. Ivan Rodriguez with a fly to right, his first time up.
All we have to do is get 1, right?
Yeah, well, Ron Gardenhire would be 1, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would. Now Rita's bringing us some ice cream cake.
Thank you. One and 0 to Ivan Rodriguez. Bouncer to the right side. Nice stop by Tolbert. And he rolls it to Harris, who kept a foot on the bag. They couldn't get a good grip on the ball to flip it to him, so he rolled it across the turf. And Harris with a stretch, keeping a foot on the second base bag.
Oh, nice play right there by Brendan Harris, because Tolbert trying to backhand it and then flip it, but he hits the turf right here. You see the ball just kind of rolls out of his glove, and Harris
oh my,
right there called, said his foot was on the bag.
It was a foot off the bag.
Yeah, the only thing where the second base umpire is right there, maybe blocked out.
It's Mike Winters, the second base umpire.
Twins say thank you very much. Cecil Cooper comes out to argue, but he's walking back toward the dugout.
Well, a second out, a runner at first, and here's Kaz Matsui. Matsui hit a liner to Harris his first time up. And Harris has a kick out of his glove. He tried to make a sprawling stop but couldn't keep the ball in the glove, so Matsui gets an infield hit, first and second, 2 down.
Yeah, good effort right there by Harris, but I think when he hit the turf, the ball kind of just jarred away from him and into the glove for an infield hit for Matsui. Watch his ball to the right of Harris, and maybe hitting the heel of the glove, then deflecting away. So second hit of the inning for the Astros in their 5th of the ball game. Excuse me, their 6th of the ball game.
High fly, center field. Gomez back. There's 2 outs. And the runner at second, Ivan Rodriguez, forgot that and was trying to tag. Gomez with the catch. The inning ends and the Astros strand 2. That'll make
We're here by circle.
Dad's Father's Day.
Hi, Dad.
Coming back from Iraq. Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire, and Brian Busher will hit against Wandy Rodriguez. Mauer hit the ball sharply, a one-hopper to Tejada, who started a double play, and Mauer takes outside ball one. Fouled away, 1-1. Tigers are winning their game. White Sox are winning theirs. Important ball game here for the Twins. They just want to continue a pattern of winning series. Sweeps are nice, of course, but especially at home where the Twins haven't lost a series since early May. Want to win this ball game and head out on the road. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Rodriguez at 5'11", about 195. Short, compact type of delivery. Very quick arm.
That's to left, hanging in the air from Michaels, who makes the catch. And Michaels has to feel good about that. That's about the spot on the field where he lost Delman Young's liner on Friday night. You can vote for the All Metrodome team exclusively at twinsbaseball.com. You can log on today, make your selections to set the roster of Twins greats that'll be named later this summer. Twinsbaseball.com for the latest in Twins merchandise and single game tickets. Here's Kadire, and he takes inside ball one. Kadire tattooed the first pitch from Rodriguez and hammered it into the seats and left for a home run. Good homestand for Michael, which is significant given where we were last weekend with Kadire. Remember, he was flown home from Chicago and saw the Twins hand specialist a week ago today. He was given a cortisone shot and it worked. 1-2. Michael, no stranger to cortisone shots in his hands. He said he's had 3 or 4 of them, but this one really did the trick, got the swelling down. 1-2. And a called third strike, 2 down.
And Rodriguez picks up his 4th strikeout, a strikeout each inning so far. He's retired 7 straight. Working away with a fastball and clipping the outer half of the plate.
That'll bring up Brian Busher. Jason Kubel had gone 0 for 1 in the game. He went down swinging, and Busher lifts it foul and out of play. All we know of Kubel is that he left the game due to illness. And now 2 strikes to Busher. Little bouncer up the line. Of course, when it's all said and done, the Twins for the balance of this game will have a 3-man bench. Morneau, who they would like to give a day off. Switch hitter Morales, Jason Pridey, and that's going to be it, with Nick Punto pretty much unavailable with the bruised ribs. Busher leans across the plate and watches a ball. 1-2. Foul away.
Busher starting at third base in last night's ball game, 1 for 4.
Another dad with his glove getting a souvenir. Busher with another foul. See who's going to catch this one.
The son that'll give it to his dad.
There you go. Breaking ball away, and it's 2-2. And a bouncer up the line, foul. The Twins playing their 71st game today, and this might be Buscher's 86th at bat. Just hasn't had much playing time. Ground ball hammered right at the second baseman. Matsui makes the play, and then Wandy Rodriguez has now retired 8 men in a row and has given up just 1 hit in the ballgame. Wandy Rodriguez doing a good job here at the Metrodome. Jim Rich, Bert Blylev, and Dick Bramer. Final game of this series and the homestand. Guy who got things going for the Astros early on was their leadoff man, Michael Bourne, who bunted for a hit. A single, a double, another double followed. Before he knew it, the Astros had 3 runs. Twins have come back with 1. 1-1 to Bourne.
Kind of a nice homecoming for Michael Bourne. He was born in Houston, Texas, went to the University of Houston. Now he plays for the Houston Astros.
2-2.
Another father getting a souvenir. A lot of nice grabs here tonight. Nice going, Dad.
We need to spread things around here. We need a mom or a daughter to get a foul ball. Tap foul.
Paul Perkins with 59 pitches, 38 have been strikes. Gave up 3 runs in the first inning, able to put 3 zeros on the board after that to keep it at a 3-1 ball game.
Tolbert has to charge and get rid of it quickly to get Bourne 1 away. Let the Twins make your kid's birthday party a day to remember. The Broadway Pizza Birthday Pack allows you to bring the birthday boy or girl and their friends to a game and get plenty of extras. Call 800-33-TWINS or log on to twinsbaseball.com and get all the details on the Broadway Pizza Birthday Pack. 1 gone in the 5th. Here's Jeff And that'll leak through the middle of the infield. Kempinger with a couple of hits and a line out.
Yeah, both his hits, an RBI single in the first up the middle. Right there, a fastball up. Gets his second hit. Another ball right back up the middle.
Twins out hit 7-1. So far just down a couple of runs. Tejada doubled in the 3-run first inning. 1-0.
Astros coming into this ball game. They're in 5th place in the National League Central Division, just 5.5 games behind the St. Louis Cardinals. This is a pretty good looking ball club. I like this ball club. They get good pitching.
Well, I think
they're going to stay in the race, I believe.
First time I've seen Bourne play in person, or for that matter Hunter Pence, and they both look like pretty good cornerstone players.
You stick in some veterans like Tejada and Carlos Lee. Berkman, even though he's hitting 240, he's going to get better as the summer goes on. Juan Rodriguez doing a good job behind the plate.
Brian Moeller pitched well last night. Oswald pitched well Friday night. Yep. Rodriguez today. Hope to right, and Cuddyer makes the catch, out number 2. And that'll bring up Carlos Lee. So the Astros have kind of been caught in the middle here for the last month or so. They didn't play particularly well, and some people thought, well, we're in sell mode. Well, then they start winning series as they have, having won 5 of the last 6. Well, now maybe the Astros are in the market to acquire someone that'll help them down the stretch.
Yeah, their last postseason appearance came back in 2005 when they went to the World Series. First time the Astros had been to the World Series, and they lost 4 straight to the Chicago White Sox.
Swing and a foul. Lee has yet to have an impact in this series as a designated hitter. He's hitless in 10 at bats. Did drive in a run with a ground ball in the first inning. Fouled away. The Astros are right there, and unless you're double digits out in a race, you're probably figuring we've still got a chance here. Remember in the All-Star break a few years ago, Twins were 8 games back at the break and came back and won the division. So it's kind of hard to give up on a season too early. And with that in mind, only the Washington Nationals, Arizona Diamondbacks, and San Diego Padres are double digits behind in the National League, and only the Baltimore Orioles are double digits behind in the American League. Lee with a drive to right center field. Gomez makes a catch. And Perkins has settled down nicely after that 3-run first. We'll see if the Twins can come back and do some damage in the bottom of the inning.
It's been fun to get to play with the both. I got Pudge, later in his career, but still.
chance to meet him before the ball game. John Stroh's grandpa, or excuse me, uncle right there. But Grandpa Lloyd, you are hereby circled.
John Stroh, one of our producers here on Twins television. Joe Creedy takes a pitch up high, ball one. Creedy walked in the second inning. One hit allowed by Rodriguez, and it was a long ball. And high again, 2-0. It'll be Creedy, Young, and Redmond. Trying to get Rodriguez to pitch from the stretch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Rodriguez has sent down 8 men in a row. Fouled back, pitch left up, and Creedy had a good hack at it.
Yeah, the only time he's pitched in the stretch is when he walked Joe Creedy in the second inning. And faced Delmon Young and Mike Redmond to end the inning. Other than that, everything from the windup.
Inside, 3-2. Twins were pretty stymied last night by Brian Moeller. They hit the 3 home runs against him, but weren't able to build an inning, build a threat. And Creedy walks for the second time. We didn't spend a whole lot of time on our Arby's trivia question. Steve S. probably happy about that. Ron Gardenhire's on the list, I know that.
And that's all we need is one.
Huey Jennings back with the Tigers, back around the turn of the century. Mickey Cochran again, I think, with the Tigers. Ralph Houck with the Yankees.
Larry Dierker with the Astros.
Dierker came out of the broadcast booth, and that opened up a spot for Jim DeShays. That's how Jim DeShays became a broadcaster. There's Jimmy. He was over here in the 4th inning last night on Twins television. You went over there. Young taps it foul, 2 quick strikes.
Yeah, for some reason they told me never to come back.
Is that right?
I don't know why.
Well, we'd never say that to Jim DeShays. We're happy to have you here all the time, but Jim told a good story about Roger Clemens with the Red Sox. Young lifts it foul and out of play when he was pitching against the Twins, and how he came up and in on Mo Vaughn once, and Roger Clemens retaliated, but he waited until after Kirby Puckett was done hitting, and then he waited until after Dave Winfield was done hitting, and as Jim DeShays put it, then he buzzed the tower of Chip Hale. Down and in, nice scoop.
Well, he knew if he probably tried to buzz the tower of Kirby Puckett, he would have probably hit a line drive somewhere for a base hit.
Creedy at first. Twins hoping to build an inning here, needing a good at bat here from Delmon Young to do that. One and two. Swing and a miss. One away.
And strikeout number 5.
Mike Redmond coming to the plate, and he has been given the honor in his major league career of backing up maybe the 2 greatest catchers of his era, Joe Mauer and Ivan Rodriguez.
I mean, they both possess great arms, the ability to work with pitchers. They're both the type of players who can change a game, whether it be defensively or offensively. You know, it's been fun to get to play with the both. I got Pudge, you know, later in his career, but still a great player for us in 2003, and it's been fun to watch Joe Mauer grow up and become the all-star and the batting champion that he is today.
And Ivan Rodriguez, when he was younger, asked to catch all 3 games of a weekend series, and asked to do that now.
At 37.
Yeah. That's right. Mike Redmond with a liner to right. Pence with a nice charging catch. 2 down, and here's Matt Tolbert.
Yeah, the speed of Hunter Pence right there just caught up to that low-lining, sinking line drive off the bat of Redmond. So a nice defensive play by the right fielder.
Tolbert struck out his first time up against Rodriguez. Bunted back to the net, 1 strike. High and tight, 1-1. Twins trying to do something with Creedy's leadoff walk. 2-1. Tolbert with what might be his 100th at bat. And so far just 17 hits on the season. Twins have had to patch a hole at second base, and here we are 70 games into the season, and it's just interesting to reflect on the profoundly disappointing start to the season for Alexi Casilla. He was supposed to be a fixture at second base for the Twins, and he's been sent down twice. Punto moved over from his shortstop position, and now Punto out, and Tolbert has to play at second base. Wasn't supposed to be this way. Harris, the beneficiary of all that, getting a chance to play at short. 2-2 to Tolbert, and a foul back. Creedy, of course, no threat to run, and Tolbert pops it up near second base. Matsui ends the inning. Another good inning. 5 one-hit innings for Wandy Rodriguez. With the Minnesota Twins and my 29, and our game reset 3-1. The Astros scoring their 3 runs in the first, and the Twins coming back with 1 in the second.
Well, Glenn Perkins out there. It's only 68 pitches over the first 5 innings. After the 3-run first, 4 shutout innings.
Nice play by Creedy, and he fires across to Busher. 1 away.
Well, that's a nice play right there by Joe Creedy, getting that little short hop, and that's a tough play. Perkins, I'm sure, thanking him for that nice defensive play. Creedy has made only 1 error over at third. You see the little short hop right there, and again on the turf, you know what that ball is going to do. On on the the dirt right there, it may stay down. That ball coming up nicely. And a good strong throw over to Busher.
Remember, the 1 error was on a hooking line drive, and Creedy tried to backhand it and rolled out of his glove. It was a ball that could very easily, I think, have been called a base hit. Pence with a pair of hits, an RBI double, and then a single up the middle in the 4th. Creedy gobbles up that one. 2 down.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Tigers won their game 3-2 over the Brewers, so that's not good news for the Twins. It's not good news. It is a good news, I guess, for the Astros, hoping that other teams in the Central will lose. Fernando Rodney with a 1-2-3 ninth, picking up the save. Why do you suppose Rodriguez, who, he's durable, obviously. He's caught all 3 games here. He's close to 200 at bats. Productive hitter. Still a force defensively. Why did it take him so long to sign? Seemed that there'd be, as short as teams are of catchers, that there would have been a long list of teams interested in talking with him.
I think the same reason that Pedro Martinez is having a tough time. I think they were at that certain pay scale that a lot of clubs, maybe wanting to go with younger catchers, even though Rodriguez is an established future Hall of Famer. Sometimes you kind of overprice yourself. And I think, Rodriguez probably had to come down a little bit to finally get a job in late March with the Astros. As Pedro Martinez now has come down a little bit looking for a job, with anybody. And he threw well in the WBC. We played a couple games against Puerto Rico. The Dutch team did. And Rodriguez, he keeps himself in great shape. He takes a lot of pride in his conditioning. I think the price tag was a little bit high.
Well, he told me on Friday he thinks he's got plenty left. He wants to play a few more years yet.
He wants to try to get 3,000 hits. Why not? Why not play? Especially a guy like this that's 37 years old. He's in his 19th major league season, but very durable.
And he coaxes a walk here with 2 outs in the 6th.
Well, first walk of the ball game for Perkins to go with his 1 strikeout.
Kaz Matsui will hit. Well, one thing that Rodriguez wanted was the opportunity to do maybe not this, but play 2 games out of 3 in a series and be a #1 catcher. And most teams around baseball have somebody else, whether it's Deoner Navarro with Tampa Bay. Baltimore situation was interesting because they weren't going to start with the guy who's going to end up being their #1 catcher, Matt Wieters. Here's Matsui, a base hit and a liner to the shortstop. The base hit came off the glove of Harris in the hole.
Well, Perkins throwing over to first. Rodriguez has only attempted 2 stolen bases and he was caught both times.
Low ball 1.
Matsui, 33 years old, signed by the Mets after playing 9 years in Japan. Came up with the Mets in 2004.
1-1
in his 2nd season with the Astros.
A well hit ball to Creedy, who was kept busy in a scoreless top of the 6th inning.
Lottery scratch-off tickets, and we go with Colton, who brought his grandfather to the game today for Father's Day, and this is a pretty good present. You didn't think you were going to get lottery tickets out of this trip.
Lottery tickets and be able to see the game, that's great.
Now, I understand you watch a lot of Twins baseballs. Do you enjoy Dick and Bert's work?
I sure do. Yep. I'm a big fan of Bert.
All right, well, congratulations from the Minnesota State Lottery, and you better thank him because he made that nice sign for you guys today.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, Dick and Bert, back up to you.
Thank you, Jim.
What if he had said, no, I don't like those guys at all?
And Gomez bunts it into his head. The helmet flying off. He bunted it into his forehead. Or so it appeared. Right off the bill of the helmet, it looked from up here.
Rick McWayne, the head trainer right there to check out Gomez along with manager Ron Gardenhire. Take a look at it right here. Fastball. I don't know if it hit off the tip of the helmet or his forehead. Yeah, the forehead, then the helmet.
Well, Gomez, thankfully, appears to be okay. Will be able to continue anyway. 2 strikes. Foul back. That's strike 3, and the ball bounces away from Rodriguez, but up the line, and he will go all the way to first base himself. Haven't seen that one before.
No, I have not.
Strikeout, 2 unassisted. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Brendan Harris.
Well, Rodriguez picking up his 6th strikeout. He's been able to get a strikeout each inning. And Gomez stops running right there, and Rodriguez says, I can beat you to first. Must not trust Berkman right there if he can catch the ball or not.
Nah, his arm must be sore. Here's Harris. And there's strike 1. Boy, Wandy Rodriguez has had the Twins eating out of his hand here today. Pitching to the frame, the outside of the strike zone, but not much down the middle of it. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. This will be his 92nd pitch. He's walked 3, but given up just 1 hit. 1-2. That's fouled on the right field line and out of play. Haven't seen many of the cowboy hats that they gave away last night. Must be a different crowd here tonight. Different fans. Good crowd. Maybe in the neighborhood of 35, 37,000. Harris checked his swing. No, it's a called strike. 2 away.
And strikeout number 7 for Rodriguez. Well, Rodriguez coming into this ball game a strikeout pitcher, 79 strikeouts in 83 2/3 innings. Picks up his 7th strikeout.
Mauer is 0 for 2. Hit the ball sharply his first time up into a double play, and then hit a fly ball to left.
Season high in strikeouts for Rodriguez, 11. That was a career high against the Colorado Rockies in Colorado in the middle of May.
Left a pitch up, and Mauer tried to wallop it into the upper deck. 1 strike. Mauer, who for most of the month of May had Span hitting directly in front of him and Morneau hitting directly behind him, has neither in today's lineup. 2 strikes. Ooh. And Wandy Rodriguez headed toward the dugout. That's a close pitch. And I think Joe probably knows that. It could have been called a strike. Waits and taps it to first. Boy, Wandy Rodriguez has been outstanding here. 6 innings of 1-hit ball and a 2-run Houston lead. Little leaguer to high schooler, if you want to get your kid ahead of the game, you can sign up for a summer youth training camp. Quality major league instruction from the likes of Rod Carew at a reasonable price. Michaels with a fly ball to left, and Delman Young makes the catch. The final camps are coming up in July in River Falls, Wisconsin, and Minnetonka. And visit twinsbaseball.com. Click on the community button to get all the information. I believe that crew leaving today, Rod Carew and company, heading up to the Fargo-Moorhead area for some camps tomorrow. Michaels quickly retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up Michael Bourne. There's a cowboy hat. See, I think that's a great promotion the Twins have had. I enjoy being a cowboy for a day. I wanted to be a cowboy when I was growing up.
Still could be.
You know, I
want to move to a ranch, buy a horse, buy a couple pigs.
There weren't any jobs open when I came out of college for cowboys.
Moved to Montana.
My heroes.
A lot of open range there.
Bourne slaps a base hit to left field. My heroes growing up were Harmon Killebrew, Bob Allison, Michael Landon, and Richard Boone.
Well, let's take a look at the game summary. In the first inning, right off the get-go, the Houston Astros swinging at everything. Scored 3 runs off of Perkins. Hunter Pence right there with that ball down the left field line. That scored the 3rd run of the inning. Michael Kadire, a solo home run leading off the 2nd inning. The only hit for the Twins against Rodriguez, who has been outstanding. 7 strikeouts, a couple walks.
When Bourne got his bunt single in the first inning, on the first pitch he took off for second and stole it successfully. So Perkins will keep an eye on him. You remember Richard Boone from Have Gun Will Travel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I thought you were going to say John Wayne or Gene Autry.
He was a movie guy. We didn't have enough money to go to the movies. We'd watch the westerns on TV.
How about Chuck Connors, a rifleman?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Lucas McCain, right?
Yeah.
There's the hat they gave away last night, and he's back wearing it proudly today.
I think that guy's been sitting here since yesterday.
See, I've never had a need for a business card, but if I had a business card, I'd have one like Richard Boone. He had the chess piece, the knight, on his business card, and the have gun.
Yippee-ki-yay, Dick Bramer.
And Perkins throws over, and Bourne gets back.
Well, you want to give Bourne a couple different looks. Perkins throwing over a couple times. Want to be quick home, allow Mike Redmond the opportunity maybe to throw him out. Matt Guerrero starting to loosen up.
One and one.
And right there, Bourne kind of going back toward first when Perkins lifted that right leg up. Bourne leading the National League in stolen bases with 24.
High hopper over the mound, and it'll skip into center field, and Bourne hesitates and then runs to third. So first and third, one away, and that'll bring up Tejada.
Keppinger picks up his third hit of the ball game. The high chopper over the mound. Perkins is a little bit too tall for him. Harris trying to keep the ball in the infield. But Keppinger with his third hit, all singles. Puts runners at the corners with one out.
Tejada and Ryan Zimmerman leading the National League in grounding into double plays. They've each done it 13 times. Fouled away, one strike. Perkins has gotten a lot of ground balls to third in his ball game here this afternoon. Drilled it to left. Delman Young reaches up to pull it down. Bourne scores, and the Astros have a 4-1 lead. A sacrifice line drive for Miguel Tejada, and Bourne scores the fourth Houston run.
Yeah, Tejada picking up his 38th RBI. Bourne scoring for the second time in a ball game. And Tejada, it's a line drive right there. Young going back, makes the catch, and gets the ball back into second base.
Here's Carlos Lee. Hit hard to center. Gomez going back, leaps, makes the catch, and crashes into the center field fence. Been an interesting 10 minutes for Carlos Gomez. He got hit in the forehead and then crashes into the back of his head.
Center field for Gomez. And Carlos Lee, we showed you yesterday after Torrey Hunter made a great catch. So, boy, I don't like these center fielders that Minnesota puts out there. And Perkins saying thank you very much. Great catch.
A couple of loud outs to end Perkins' afternoon. It was back a few years ago. Lee was with the White Sox. Torrey Hunter was with the Twins. Bases were loaded, and Torrey did this to Carlos Lee. One of the top 100 Metrodome memories. When Lee told me the other day he felt like crying after that.
No crying in baseball.
Well, the Twins find themselves down by 3, trying to figure out Wandy Rodriguez. And so far through 6 innings, they haven't done a very good job of that.
Only Michael Kadire got a fastball that he hit for a home run. The only hit off of Rodriguez, and that coming in the 2nd inning. Rodriguez with 7 strikeouts in the ball game, a couple walks. He has thrown 98 pitches, 67 have been strikes. We've done a good job of getting ahead. Strike 1, 21 batters, 15 first pitch strikes.
It'll be Kadire leading off the 7th, then Busher and Creedy, with activity now in the Houston bullpen. And a strike.
Jim Rance, the Twins farm director, came in earlier. He wants to wish 2 of his grandchildren, both celebrating their 7th birthday here today, Kathleen Rance and Jack Simmer. So happy birthday to Kathleen and Jack.
Can we do that? Can we do that for Jim?
We sure can. Want to do it again?
We just did. 2 strikes to Kadire. Just off the inside corner.
Kathleen Rance and Jack Simmer, happy 7th birthday. So we did it again.
One and 2 to Kadire. Wow. He's not giving the Twins anything.
Yeah, strikeout number 8.
1 down, Busher to the plate, and let's get an update on the medical front from Jim Rich.
Yeah, we got a couple of updates for you. Of course, you guys already touched on Nick Punto, who bruised his ribs last night, but Gardy doesn't expect Nick to go on the DL. Meanwhile, Denard Span is set to play a couple of games with Rochester starting tomorrow. Then he will rejoin the Twins on Wednesday, and hopefully, if all goes well, he'll return to his leadoff spot on Thursday in Milwaukee. So hopefully some good news on the injury front for the Twins for a change. Guys?
Thank you, Jim. And now inside 2-0 to Busher. 104 pitches for Rodriguez. 70 strikes. And Busher hooks one into right field. Just the 2nd Twins hit of the day. And it's a 1-out single here in the 7th.
Well, good compact swing right there by Brian Busher, taking over for Jason Kubel in the 3rd inning. His 2nd at bat. Lining the ball past Berkman. You see good contact right there by Busher.
Here's Creedy, who has walked twice. Save for Kadire's home run on a fastball. The Twins have been swinging and missing in a lot of Rodriguez's fastballs. And a called strike, 0-2. Maybe that's the reason why he's hitting the corners.
Well, he's a lot like Roy Oswalt from the left side. Very quick arm. See some action in the bullpen.
And Kadire gets a piece, or a Creedy rather, I should say. Popped up near the Houston dugout, and Berkman watches it drift back into the seats.
Rodriguez making his 15th start of the year, his 117th major league start. He has only one complete game in his career.
Two strikes to the Twins' third baseman. 1-2. Hit well, but foul. Last two games, every run the Twins have scored has scored on a home run. 5 runs last night, the solo run so far here today.
Yeah, 4 home runs for the Twins yesterday. It's the 4th time they've hit 4 home runs in a ball game.
2-2. Creedy fouls it back. Well, the pitch count mounting 112.
Yeah, twice this season he's thrown 116 pitches in a ball game. 2 starts ago against the Cubs in Houston. 116 pitches in 7 innings. Allowed only 1 run.
2-2. And Creedy lines it. A one-hopper picked up by the second baseman. And a double play. So Creedy stuck the bat out. Ended up hitting it pretty hard, but Matsui with a nice pickup, and he starts a 4-6-3 double play. Comes out of the pen. 7 innings for Glenn Perkins, and if he could have a mulligan, he would have taken it.
Yep, in that first inning, 3 runs by the Astros. Other than that, Glenn pitched outstanding. For Matt Guerrero, he's making his 34th relief appearance. He worked here on Friday night, 1 shutout inning in the 5-2 win over the Astros. That ERA down under 3 now for Matt. He's been pitching outstanding out of the bullpen.
Berkman rifles one to right center field. It'll be an extra base hit for the leadoff man here in the 8th. And Berkman glides into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, the first batter that Matt faces, he throws him a fastball right here. Well, maybe a changeup. It stayed up right there. Berkman getting good wood on it, lining it past Kadire. Kadire playing the role and gets it back in. Berkman with his first hit, his 12th double of the year.
We'll see how the Astros play it here with Hunter Pence, who's had a very good series, but here might be asked to do whatever he needs to do to move Berkman to third base. Astros lead by 3 here in the late innings. And they come inside, and Pence takes ball 1.
Yeah, Pence has no sacrifices on the year, so what he's going to try to do is hit the ball toward the right side of the infield. Has that open stance. Watch Redmond, the catcher, move in or out, back inside again.
2-0. Now the very thing Pence wants to do is the thing that Guerrero wants to keep from happening. So what could he do to try to keep Pence from pushing it to the right side?
More breaking balls, I think, than the fastball in. Fastball in, a lot of hitters are good at just the inside out swing. But right now, you fall behind. Redmond probably going to sit back inside again. They're going to try it again.
Great stop by Harris. He throws to second. Safe at second base. Somehow Berkman avoided Tolbert's tag. A sensational stop by Harris in the hole.
What a play by Brendan Harris. Almost getting Berkman at second base. He knew he had no chance at first once he dove for the ball, and Pence's speed comes up. And that right there, Tolbert never touched him. Tolbert's momentum, he doesn't stop right here. He kind of keeps going. You can see his momentum, and he never was able to touch Berkman.
Boy, that's a great play by Harris and a great job by Berkman to pull his left side. Now Creedy with a tag, or great catch, and a double play. Well, the left side of the Twins infield having a great sequence. Creedy diving to his left, starting a 5-4-3 double play.
Outstanding defensive play by Joe Creedy, diving for this ball, coming up quickly. Rodriguez hitting it sharply over to Tolbert. Good relay for the double play. A big double play for the Twins.
So now a runner at third, 2 away. All this has happened, and Guerrero's only thrown 6 pitches. Here's Matsui. And a hook taken for ball 1. Where was that pitch? Matsui with a single and 2 lineouts. 1 to Creedy, 1 to Harris. Fastball taken for a strike. On the Harris play in the hole, Pence is given a base hit. Here's a fly to center field. Gomez comes in and makes the catch. A scoreless top of the 8th, and the left side of the Twins infield had a great half inning. hope that next Father's Day he'll be here. Kubels and Creedies and all the Twins young families enjoying a little time together on the field on Father's Day.
That happening before the ball game.
Delman Young takes a strike on the outside corner. Wandy Rodriguez is out of the ball game, and that part is good news for the Twins.
Chris Sampson coming in. He worked in last night's ball game, 1 shutout inning in the 7th. He did give up 1 hit, and that to Brian Busher, able to get out the next 3 batters.
1-1 to Delman Young, who'll be followed by Mike Redmond and Matt Tolbert. 1-2.
Saw that last night from Sampson, that little cutter like a slider, tough pitch. Good location. 3-0 out of the bullpen, 2.25 earned run average.
1 hopper to Keppinger. Over to Berkman, 1 away. Major League Baseball and People magazine are recognizing individuals who've made a huge difference in the community. Go to peopleallstars.com and vote for your favorite everyday All-Star. The winner will be honored at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis. 1 down. Here's Mike Redmond. Redmond is lined to third and made a bid for a hit. Pence charged in from right field and caught that line drive. 0-1. White Sox won their game 4-1 over the Reds. The Tigers beat the Brewers 3-2. Looks like the Royals are going to lose again. They gave up 10 or more runs again today to the Cardinals. And Redmond retired 2 down, and the Twins aren't having any better luck against Sampson than they had against Rodriguez.
Well, Sampson in his 4th season with the Astros, originally signed as a shortstop. We talked about that last night. Converted into a pitcher. He's done a great job for the Astros.
Albert Pujols in the Royals game, 2 home runs, including a grand slam in his hometown of Kansas City. Next weekend, the Twins will try to figure out how to keep Pujols from hurting them. I think in that series it'll be safe to say that the best right-handed hitter in the game and the best right-handed player in the game will be playing for the Cardinals, and the best left-handed player in the game, Joe Mauer, will be playing for the Twins. Tolbert retired and Sampson breezes through the 8th inning.
No, you're here by circle.
Her dad went to high school with me. Well, I wish the dad was here.
A lot of great signs here every night here at the Metrodome and on the road. Thank you very much. You are here by circle.
Well, here's R.A. Dickey. come into the ball game and pitch to the Astros in the ninth.
Yeah, he threw a shutout inning in last night's ball game. With the strikeout, he threw only 10 pitches, 6 for strikes. Dickey making his 17th appearance out of the bullpen. He made 1 start, that for Scott Baker at the beginning of the year.
Ball 1. Dickey pitched the other day here, and boy, he threw some of the nastiest knuckleballs anyone's ever seen. Two and 0. And a strike. Dickey pitched the 9th inning last night and gave up
just had a strikeout.
Just
no
one
hits.
strikeout, no hits. Tolbert can retreat to throw out Michaels. 1 away. 2 weeks from today, it's Armed Forces Appreciation Day, presented by Quest. The salute to the armed services. Always a big day at the Dome. Current and former members of the military can get free tickets to the game by showing ID and come to the game early for a great pregame celebration. For more info on Armed Services Appreciation Day, presented by Quest, call 800-33-TWINS. Here's Bourne taking ball 1. One and 1.
Well, Michael Bourne kind of got the offense going in the first inning with a perfect bunt to Michael Kadire at first base. He beat it out. And the Astros put 3 on the board in the first inning. And Wandy Ramirez took it over from there.
Fastball taken for a strike. 2 and 2. Well, it was a perfect example of a leadoff hitter setting the tone for the game. Second pitch, bunt single. Third pitch, stolen base.
Wandy Rodriguez pitched outstanding.
Tolbert will get another chance. Bourne retired, out number 2. This is the first time in about a week where a relief pitcher's pitched in back-to-back games for the Twins. And it's Dickey, who only won an inning last night and is the most durable reliever. There have no doubt been some issues with the Twins bullpen this year, but none of them involve R.A. Dickey.
No, you go back to Dickey, his last 9 appearances, an ERA at .75, 24 innings pitched over his last 9 appearances. He's allowed only 2 earned runs with 5 walks and 19 strikeouts.
So how can the Twins give him more innings? He physically seems capable of pitching more. Yet the role that he's in, he is only asked to pitch more than an inning when a starter goes short.
Right.
1 and 2. I think the fans starting to appreciate what the Twins have in R.A. Dickey. Hasn't been much to cheer about in this game. Foul tip, and Redmond can't quite gather it in.
Dickey signing as a free agent by the Twins over the winter. This is his 7th major league season.
That's strike 3, or did he get a piece of it? I guess he got a piece of it. Keppinger reached across the plate and got a piece. Keep the at bat alive. You know, the easy answer to the question I asked was to make him a starting pitcher, but the Twins don't want to do that. They want to keep him in this relief role.
Very valuable in the relief role. He's been 3 times he's been asked to pitch more than 4 innings or 4 innings or more because of the starter that went short.
Little pop-up, harmless enough to Harris. Not much to cheer about for Twins fans today. The loudest cheers going to R.A. Dickey so far. Houston taking control of the game in the very first inning. The Twins have been stymied and stuck on one since the second inning.
Cold Springs, Minnesota, you are hereby circled. Happy Father's Day to everybody. All the fathers out there. Jose Valverde coming in. He picked up a save in last night's ball game, his 4th of the year. Had 1 strikeout. He did give up a hit, and then that was to Jose Morales with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Now it's going to be Morales against Valverde with nobody out here in the 9th.
Yeah, the Twins just hope for the same result. A great at bat for Morales, and he dropped a double into left center field. That back then, of course, last night just a 1-run game, and Valverde gets ahead of him with a fastball. And a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Boy, the Twins have been beating it in the ground here this afternoon. 1 down.
Well, Valverde with that good splitter, and that's what that pitch looked like it was right there, getting that ground ball out. He threw 17 pitches in last night's outing. Valverde in his 2nd season with the Astros, coming over from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
47 saves 2 years ago with the Diamondbacks, leading the major leagues. 44 saves last year for the Astros. So the Astros certainly are glad to have him back off the disabled list. Here's Brendan Harris. We do our games for Fox Sports North, and we have this pick the stick thing, an ongoing contest among the announcers. I'm glad we don't have it on Sunday afternoons. We wouldn't have much to pick from.
Only 2 hits.
1 strike to Harris. And now 2 strikes. Again, this is, as it's turned out, not a particularly good time to be playing the Astros. They haven't put together any long winning streaks or anything. They're just doing what the Twins want to do, win series. They came into this series having lost one to the Rangers, but for the last month or so they've been a very good baseball team. 2 strikes.
Well, your goal as a ball club, if you can get, if like the Astros right now, they come into this ball game 4 games under 500. Get back to 500. And they're in a division in the National League Central like it is in the American League Central. Nobody's going to run away with it. Sure doesn't look that way.
Close pitch taken for a ball. Early on it was the Cardinals in the division. Then they cooled off. The Brewers got hot for a while. And now the Brewers have cooled off. The Tigers had something to do with that this weekend, sweeping them.
And here come the Cubs.
Yep. 1-2 to Brendan Harris. Tapper to short. 2 hopper for Tejada. Harris is retired. And I'll leave it up to Joe Mauer to keep the game going. Well, it can't be a coincidence, of course, but the Twins have done nothing offensively in a rare day when Justin Morneau hasn't even made an appearance. Morneau had played in every Twins game prior to today, and he will not play today unless the Twins can string something together here with 2 outs in the ninth.
Other than Kadyr's home run that left the ballpark, there have been only 3 fly ball outs to the outfield here today for the Twins offense. Everything else beat it on the ground.
Mauer hit 1 ball sharply in the first, but it was right at Tejada for a double play. Then a fly ball to left and a chopper to Berkman. One and one. Be a costly 24 hours for the Twins if they do lose back-to-back games to Houston, while the Tigers have won a couple of ball games. Twins were within 2. They're in danger of falling 4 back and being just a game ahead of the White Sox. Two and one. Mauer's job here, of course, just keep the game alive. Hopefully Kadir could do the same, and then maybe that man will get Justin Morneau off the bench if the Twins can put a couple of men aboard. Two and two. And that one stung Rodriguez.
That stung Rodriguez pretty good. He has that pad right there on his left thumb.
Two and two to Mauer. Fly ball to left. Michaels sees it and catches it. And the Twins finish off a 3-3 homestand and will leave for the road below 500.
Well, Wandy Rodriguez pitched outstanding. 7 innings, allowed only 2.